The kingdom of Albek is a region of dusty plains and hills. There's not much in the way of farmland, as the area is dry and arid, with the sky often yellow with dust storms. Despite the lands offering little for farming, the hills are dotted with mines known as the Silver Halls. Built upon silver-speckled rock, the tunnels run deep, containing nearly endless veins of silver that supply most of the wealth of Albek, and has allowed the kingdom to become the most powerful in the region. The mines are owned and controlled by various merchant families who hire private armies to man and guard their land and protect the caravans from attack. They recruit from Aljorn and hire adventurers. Even savage warriors are welcome, under the condition they pledge themselves to the civilized world. The merchants are surprisingly friendly and often work together more than they compete, each knowing the survival of the civilized world depends on their cooperation. They trade supplies for food with Lustria and pour materials and silver into trade routes across the Dark Mountains into Kamal and Aljorn, while keeping the East and West kingdoms connected. This does not mean there are not greedy or evil merchants who conspire to take the region for themselves, hiring tribal warriors to sabotage rival mines or attack caravans. But they are rare and often dealt with swiftly by the law of the land, usually by hanging or the guillotine. In fact, most crimes are dealt with swiftly in Albek to maintain order and civilization. They believe it is their duty to uphold the virtues of morality and general goodness, as they believe the gods have abandoned the world long ago, and therefore there is no cosmic judge to right the wrongs, and it is therefore on them alone to maintain what is left of their humanity. This sense of justice is rare in Orthed, but the people of Albek generally seem to live for the greater good of civilization. Their disdain for cruelty and injustice well known and even respected. While the merchants do not promote equality, they are seen as saviors, using their wealth and influence to stand against the tide of barbarians instead of indulging themselves. Within the center of Albek lays a few forested hills, vibrant and alive in contrast to the arid lands that surround them. These are the lands of Eldenir, elven clans who live in the vine-wrapped towers of white ivy. They dress in layers of green and silver, have grayish silver hair, and wear crowns of white ivy on their heads. They help to hold order throughout the kingdom and aid the merchant families against the savage hordes. The strongest order is the Paladin Order of Aldrana, the elven goddess of blessing, goodness, and abundance. She is a follower of the unnamed god and instills the faithful with holy power by the way of the silver chalice. Her symbol, the chalice, is often etched with elven saints and carried by every paladin and priest of the order. Their prayers fill the chalice with a silver liquid, which can be drank, allowing them to cast spells without their magics being drained by the chasm. Or it can be poured over the land, allowing wildlife to grow in places that were once barren. Albek is the wealth center of Orthed, the hub of trade and the icon of civilization. The centerpiece of all the kingdoms, Albek has become the beacon of hope in a realm swamped with violence and chaos. They are the bulwark against the savage hordes and the foundations of humanity. For more information on religious icons and items, please refer to the Religion section in the Exemplar Library.